Hello there, Martin and Tab. It is so lovely to almost be in your presence. I hope you're both well, and I thank you very, very much for a number of things. First of all, for taking the time to watch this video presentation. I wanted to put something together that was going to help you make sense of what I've provided to you and understand what we are doing now and in the future. I also want to thank you both for your leadership in these trying times in the industry, especially you, Martin. I don't know where we would be without you, quite frankly. You have guided and led and lobbied, and it's been a wonder to see, and something that we all need as we get whiplash from airports opening and closing and rules changing and PTSD from everything else that's going on. So thank you both for that. And thank you for the brilliance that is the QDF project, a competition that actually has a meaningful prize. Getting a listing in QDF and having a marketing budget to go along with that is a stunning prize, and I am sure you are being buried in very, very worthy applications, and so I hope that we are considered to be one of them. But regardless, thank you very much for watching this. I'm going to try and keep this presentation to less than 30 minutes, and I'm going to apologize in advance for taking up that much of your time, as well as being terrible on camera, which I know I am, and I'm sorry. I'm also going to apologize for the potential of dogs barking as DHL comes and goes from my home / office / warehouse at the moment. So without further ado, long haul spa and why it should be in QDF. I am an expert at saving face. I learned that skill in the most ridiculous environment, which is at 35,000 feet above sea level in the stratosphere. I started my career as a flight attendant back when the earth was cooling, and went on to become a technology executive for Canadian software companies in the Asia Pacific region. And so I spend an awful lot of time in aircraft and know what that environment does to one's physical and emotional disposition. And when I say saving face, I say it because our face is one of our biggest assets. It's our first hello. It's what people recognize us by. And it's also what reflects everything that's going on in our lives. And so when you've come off a flight, and travel is hard, there's just no getting around that. When you get off a flight and then you have to go into a conference or a meeting or whatever event that you've traveled for, and you're wearing everything on your face, your lack of sleep, your dehydration, whatever other elements were at war with you on that flight, it shows, and it keeps you from being your best self. And when we are traveling for these events, that is when we really need to be at the top of our game. And so when I was traveling for business and finding myself in situations where I was unable to be the best part of me because of what I had just endured over the last 24 hours, I started putting together packages to take on board the flights with me that were going to soothe my complexion, but also soothe my soul. And I saw other women doing the same sort of thing. And so I observed what was going on and thought, well, there's got to be a better way to do this. And I checked all of the usual suspects, duty-free, travel retail, Sephora, Mecca, online, and could not find what I was looking for. So I engaged with a woman named Stacey Fraser, who is the founding formulator of Trilogy Cosmetics in New Zealand. And we worked up a brief in terms of what I was looking for and what was really important to be in these products, that they were botanical, that they were sustainably sourced, that they were ethical, that they were good for you, and that the end result of using these products was that you were going to come off of a flight looking better and feeling better than when you got on the flight. And so that was really the main point of all of this. And so we worked together for a while, came up with our solutions, and launched 10 months before Doha, Trinity, and which is where I met both of you lovely gentlemen. And that was a life-changing event for me. I found my tribe. I learned a lot about the fantastic people in the travel retail industry, and how much we had in common, and how much I just loved what we were doing. And so it was, yeah, that was my first and last conference for this industry. And I can't wait for the next one. But yeah, so that was just genius for me. And from that, obviously I met both of you lovely gentlemen, and that was actually sort of the spawn for our introduction to Singapore Airlines as well, which was launched in January. Yay, talk about good timing. So yes, but all of that to say, we were created for purpose. We're not miniature products that are out in the general marketplace. We are bespoke products that were crafted specifically to be used in flight, and the outcomes were specific for getting off of an aircraft. And so the products are really, really effective for that specific use. Turns out they're really, really effective when you use them on the ground too, as we've all found out since we haven't been flying. But I'm going to walk you through a little bit of what's in your boxes that you would have received over the last couple of days. And so we can sort of take a look at everything together and talk about sort of the CSR around what we've been doing. You know, we plant a tree for each kit sold. You know, we're suitable for sensitive skin. Our bags, our beautiful bags, are made by Low and Hide, which is an Australian accessories brand. They're quite iconic here, and they have been very, very accommodating in creating anything that we need. And so what that means for us is that when we have a customer that wants something specific or customized for them, we can do that. Our bottles, our beautiful little bottles, which you'll see in your bags, are made in the Byron Bay hinterlands by Ant Packaging, which is a small little family-owned plastics company. They're recyclable, and Ant is the only zero carbon footprint plastics company in Australia. Our printing is all done locally. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about our Aboriginal artwork in a second. But we are the quintessential Antipodean wellness kit, and it's, I think, even more relevant now for the post-COVID traveler than it was before, when we were all traveling like the maniacs that we were. Let's start by looking through some of the kits. You will receive, or have received, 2 kits that look like this. They might be in different colors. These 2 bags have exactly the same things inside of them, even though they're different sizes. So this was our original bag, and it was really, really well received. Women love this bag because of the tassels and the shape. It's a lovely bag, and we will continue to create this bag as long as people want to buy this bag. However, this one has a slightly smaller footprint. And so when we're talking about optimizing shelf space or in-flight cart space, this is one that gets a little bit more attention. So the bottom line, they both contain exactly the same thing. If you're to turn these around, on the back of them, you will see a what's inside. So we went with a sleeve on these bags instead of a box. When we first launched, we were actually presented in a Haitian bag, which was very environmentally friendly. It was cotton. It could be used as a shoe bag or a laundry bag while you're traveling. Unfortunately, it didn't have the information that retailers needed to present to their customers, which was obvious now. Being a noob, I didn't get that. So when they asked for a box, we thought about that a lot, and a box just didn't seem to make a whole lot of sense in terms of something that was going to be thrown away almost immediately. And especially, excuse me, if you're on an airplane, that becomes a problem. So we came back to those retailers and said, will a sleeve make you happy? And they looked at the sleeve and they said, yeah, that'll do. So our sleeve looks like this when you slide it off of the bag. Aboriginal art on the front, done by Jonas Dare, who is a Barngarla woman from Southern Australia. She's worked with us very closely on designing this, and in fact has done the artwork that's over my shoulder as well. What's in the bag on the back, a little bit about the sort of artist attribution on the bottom. When you crack this puppy open, there you go. You'll see inside, again, the artwork, and then the story of the song line that Jonas has painted, which is really, really important in Aboriginal culture. And it's fascinating as well to read. And then information about Jonas. So if people like her artwork or want to follow her, learn more about her, buy some of her prints, they can do that. And we were really, really happy to be able to bring her artwork to the rest of the traveling community. The thing about working with Jonas is that we can, in fact, customize. So if a retailer wants a specific painting done just for them, for their packaging, we can do that. We can do seasonal ones. We can do all sorts of things with the artwork. So keep that in mind while you're thinking about what you might want to do with us in the future, because we can do some really magical things together with Jonas. So what is in that bag? The first thing that you are going to pull out after you unzip it, it looks it's all nice and tidy in there, is the OG antibacterial hand wipes. These have been in there since the beginning, not just since COVID. As I said, I was a flight attendant a long time ago, and I know how filthy airplanes are. And so these were used to wipe down all flat surfaces, really. Anything that I was going to touch got wiped down, window shades, you name it. So these are in there, and even more important now than ever. You've got a clear plastic bag because security in airports is all over the shop in terms of what they're going to allow through and what they're not. And so some airports are happy to have you have a bag full of toiletries, and other airports want you to take them all out and put them in a clear plastic bag. If you don't have one with you, then you get sent to the back of the line. So you've got it with you in case you need it. Then we've got your reading materials. We provide you with a library. You've got a quick start guide and the warrior manual. And so this is chock full of really important information about the products, about how they're made, about what's inside them. Really fascinating and a good read, especially when you're on a really long flight. This is for the people who want to just get tucked into the product right now and maybe read the rest of it later. So that's for that. You'll also notice that we have translated into Arabic for you. Whoops, there we go. So quick start guide, warrior manual. Now this warrior manual is an abridged version. It does not have all of the ingredients information in it. So it has the ingredients listed, but it doesn't have the compendium that we have at the back on all of the ingredients. So were we to move forward, we would certainly do that for you. Tab, I would love some feedback from you on the quality of the translations in this. We've used a highly recommended translation house that we found through the Australia Arabic Chamber of Commerce, which I belong to. However, I don't have a meaningful way of checking the veracity of the translations in this. So if you could just give me your thoughts, that would be really, really helpful. The bottles that you have inside are also in Arabic. Now, please remember that this is prototype. So they're clear plastic labels instead of our imprinted ones that are the English ones. So they're very high quality. These ones just have a label put on, but I wanted you to see that we can do that in Arabic. You'll also notice that they are indicated as halal. So again, prototype. The product inside here right now is not halal. However, our laboratory does halal products. They are halal certified, and were we to move forward, we will have a halal certified product in these bottles for you. So going through what is in the bag, you're going to also find, where are my little friends? Where did I put them? Here we go. You've got 4 of these. They are a dehydrated towel. The dehydrated towels are one of my favorite things in the world. So you're going to get a cap full of bottled water. Always use bottled water. Do not use tap water on an airplane for anything but washing your hands. And then you should probably wash your hands after you wash your hands. Just saying. So I'm going to drop this in here like that. And it turns into a fantastic, you guys have probably seen these 1,000 times, but I get so excited when I see it. Little towel. And then you're going to use the micellar water that's in the bag. Micellar water is right there. Put it on the towel, take off makeup, dirt, oil, everything. And then you are going to spritz yourself. And I'm going to invite everybody right now to just take a moment and use the spritz face mist because it feels so good. It smells so good. And it's good for you. So why wouldn't you? Use that as often as you want. I have bottles of that all over my house, all over my car, in my purse, and I use them constantly. They're fantastic. So after you've spritzed, then you put on the serum, which is gorgeous. And by all means, be doing this while I'm talking. Eye balm, facial oil, which I never thought I would ever use a facial oil. It just seemed counterintuitive, but I love them and I use it every night now. It's gorgeous. And then once all of those things are on, you're going to put on the super hydrating gel face mask. And what this does is it seals everything inside, and it creates a barrier. So you will have seen women like me who have worn those paper masks on board an aircraft. So paper masks are kind of like Crocs. You shouldn't be wearing them outside of the house, really, not in public. And they dry out. So you can only wear them for a period of time on an aircraft. But this goes on and it stays on for the duration of the flight. It locks everything in. You can't see it. And it just locks all of that goodness in, creates a barrier, and then you can go to sleep, do whatever you're going to do. When they turn the lights on for landing, they're going to serve you a snack or something before you're landing. Use the micellar water to just wipe it all off, and then you are glowing. And I'm going to say this without a word of a lie because I get these notes from women all the time that they got off the plane looking and feeling better than when they got on. And that's really the whole point of this, is that when you're moving on to whatever your next event is, getting off that aircraft, that you feel like you've got the best version of yourself with you to present to the world. It's super important, especially now. The next thing I'm going to talk to you about is the mini kit. So the mini kit, again, you've got the sleeve, you've got the what's inside, and a beautiful low and hide bag again. The mini kit has the sort of 3 essentials in it. So it's got the face mist, it's got the serum, and it's got the eye balm. It's a gorgeous little kit. Inside, it's great for carrying credit cards, keys, business cards, whatever it is that you need. So none of this is going to get tossed away once they've finished with the product. They're going to keep using this. And it can be customized for Qatar or any of your clients, whatever you wanted to do with that. But it's a beautiful little bag. And it's a great sort of at the till kind of product. Really good for, keeping in a purse. I've got these in my car and in overnight bags. They're great for just having around. And they make great gifts. They make such great gifts. So the next one I'm going to talk to you about is tarmac. You gentlemen would have both received one of these at Doha. I miss Doha. Doha was such a beautiful city. I wish I could have spent more time there. So you would have both received one of these. This is the men's kit. Inside, you have your antibacterial hand wipes. Again, so important. Your reading materials. And again, we will translate everything into Arabic for you. And the products. So you have the lip balm. You have the cooling eye balm. The refreshing mist. And again, I encourage you, the smell is just divine. This is a rosemary mint. So if you're familiar with Aveda products, it smells very much like one of their spas, which I love. What else have we got? Glasses back on. The serum moisturizer and the micellar water. So again, the same sort of product process, and you're gonna feel a million times better than when you took off. So on to what have we done recently. So with the requests that we were getting from clients who had been using our travel kits, we got a lot of requests for home use sizes or refills for the products. And so with the pause in travel, we took the time to create these larger sizes. So we've got the micellar water in 100 mils, the face mist in 100 and in 50 mils, and the serum in a 50 ml. You'll have all of these as well. These can be put together as a bundle, or they could be done as a gift with purchase, or they can be sold individually. All sorts of opportunities there. And happy to, again, work with you in terms of what you might want to do with that. And of course, translations into Arabic, not a problem. And then, of course, our latest baby. So this is the Long Haul Spa Saving Face Kit. And this was, of course, a direct result of the COVID-ness. So we wanted to bring something out that was going to be in line with our ethos and sort of where we see ourselves sitting in the market, and create a luxury PPE kit for the discerning traveler who wants to have control over their environment while they're traveling. We really are at this point targeting the post-COVID traveler who unashamedly is focused on their own wellness and well-being while they're traveling. and is going to be willing to spend the money to ensure that they have what they need and what they want on board those flights, from skincare to PPE. So inside of this, again, a bag from Low and Hide, and we're only doing it in black. However, we can do custom colors, we can do co-branding, we can do all sorts of things with this. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this. There we go. We have hand sanitizing gel. So this kills 99.9% of all germs, and it contains lemon myrtle oil and aloe vera. So it smells really nice. It's got a nicer feel to it. It's not quite as antiseptic as the other ones. It's made in Australia, which I think is really, really important. And because we don't have quality control issues with our stuff here. So yeah, that's a lovely, lovely product. We've got a hand cream in here because all of the hand washing and hand sanitizing that we're doing right now is death to our skin and our nails. And then we have a mask. Now the mask that you have received, which looks like this one, is mask that we've been selling online for the Australian public because Western societies seem to be a bit reluctant to wear masks. And so if they're not being forced to wear them, they're not wearing them. And it seemed that if we actually put messaging on there that was like, I'm wearing my mask for you, that it was somehow a little bit more acceptable. So we created these masks. We've sold out of these masks, so that's a good thing. The ones that you've received are small. We ran out of large, and the large ones that were supposed to have been here a week and a half ago have not arrived because Melbourne's shut down. So we are running into a few issues around that, but I wanted to just show you it fits beautifully for a small face. It feels really lightweight. It's comfortable, it's breathable, it's silk on the outside, cotton on the inside. Hand wash in antibacterial soap, hang to dry, they dry quickly, and they work extremely well. So one of the reasons that we chose the fabrics that we did, aside from the fact that they say luxury, of course, is that they're comfortable, they're lightweight, and they are easier on your skin than synthetics, because a lot of people are getting what is referred to as maskne right now, which is a congestion and rash underneath their masks. And it's a problem, and it's a problem that's going to persist, which gets me into the new products that we are bringing out in the very near future. So one of them is a maskne or skincare treatment to wear under your mask and to treat those rashes that are happening. So that we're hoping to have out the end of Q4, beginning of Q1. And the other product that we have coming out is a non-alcohol based hand sanitizing gel that is made from the Totoro tree, Martin, in New Zealand. This is a magical tree. They live to be almost 2,000 years old. They're enormous, and they have this compound in them that is antibacterial and antifungal, which is, I guess, why they live for so long. But it also, you can create some amazing products out of it. And so the hand sanitizing gel that we have created is incredible because the efficacy of it compounds over time. So the longer you wear it, the stronger it is. Still kind of does my head in. It's like the quantum mechanics of hand sanitizers or something. And it is antibacterial and antifungal and has been tested against COVID and kills COVID. So whether or not there are other things we can do with it, I don't know. But right now, It's going to be coming out in a hand sanitizing gel. Again, the same sort of time frame, Q4, Q1. What else can I tell you? I think I've covered just about everything that's in our products. Talk about how we're innovating. We've talked about the CSR. Commercial viability, I think you probably get. And yeah, our overall quality is there. I've tried to think about what questions you might have, and I can't think of any, but you will. So send them to me, call me, Zoom me, whatever you want to do, and we can talk about all of those things. And yeah, that's it. So thank you both so much for doing what you're doing for the industry, for all of us, for the leadership, and for being there. I so wish we were all going to be in the same room for this event. It's heartbreaking for all of us to be going through this and seeing what is happening to our devastated industry. And yeah, it's we will come out the other side. And we will come out the other side because of people like you. So thank you both so much. And I look forward to seeing you in one form or the other in the next few days, weeks, months. Thank you.